Hello, this is Leah, and I'm going to go over the perfumes I picked up from the Victoria's Secret Semi-Annual Sale. In case this is being watched in the future, this is for the June to July 2020 sale, and if you're like me, I am pretty unfamiliar with the Victoria's Secret scents that are newer because I do have several Victoria's Secret perfumes, but I don't shop there regularly to really know what the newer releases smell like. So a lot of these are blind buys. The six that are out front, and this one in the back I actually bought a couple of years ago, I think from the semi-annual sale, but it is in the sale, so I'm going to go over this one too. Of course, Victoria's Secret perfumes, they're not, I don't think, comparable to like regular department store perfumes. They're quite more simpler and linear, and I definitely would not pay the full price of like this one is normally $68 and these other ones are normally $58. I think that if you want to try out the Victoria's Secret perfumes, to try them out now. Right now this is a 3.3 fluid ounces and it's $30, which is still, you know, a bit for a Victoria's Secret perfume. And then these 1.7 fluid ounces, they are currently $15. And these ones decreased from 58 to about 25, I think, and then to 20, and then now they're 15. And I think this is the third week of the sale, and that's when these ones finally went down that much. If you're not familiar with the sale, the in-store prices and what's on sale doesn't really always match up to what's online, so you'll have a different assortment selection based on your store. So at my store, none of these perfumes were on sale, so I bought these all online. This the first one is the Bombshell Wildflower, and I was most interested in this one because I did have the Bombshell. I gave it away to a friend because I bought the Marc Jacobs pair, which smells very similar to it, but it's more masculine. And so I kept that one and gave the Bombshell away. And I was hoping that this Wildflower version smelled a little bit like Bombshell, but this really doesn't smell like it, in my opinion. You know, Bombshell is a pretty distinctive smell. I think people can pick it out, whereas as far as this one, I think just smells like an indistinctive, generic floral scent. I really don't care for it that much because I get a sharp hairspray floral from it, and then it is so lotus flower predominantly and a little bit fruity, but it just smells like the base of a flowery body spray. So I have Bath and Body Works Into the Wild, and I think that this smells a lot like it. So it's like a floral, green, and aquatic smell. I'm going to try this out, of course, more because I don't think I'm going to return this, and see if it grows on me. And I basically wanted like the bottle, so that's my own doing. But anyway, this is Victoria's Secret Bombshell Wildflower. And the next one is Heavenly Summer, and this was released in 2015, so I think they released this for the sale. And this is just bergamot and orris water, so it is the most simple of the notes, I think, but I get a strong bergamot, and because it's the bergamot, I do get a masculine and a cologne type of scent off of it, and then it is powdery. So I think this is nice, but it's not as nice as I thought it would be because it did get a lot of high reviews on the Victoria's Secret site. But I think that if you want a powdery scent that's a little bit fresh and light, and not the heavy powdery or the stuffy powdery, is to just go ahead and spend it on the Prada d'Iris or the Prada Iris, and you can find that on Fragrance Net. And then the next one is So in Love, and this was released in 2006, and it actually, I guess, got a Fifi award. And the main notes are Moroccan rose, carnation, cognac, violet leaf, honey, ylang ylang, and jasmine. To me, I do get the rose. It's a very much a rosy scent, and I think it's the carnation in it that gives it this sort of old-fashioned scent to it. There is a warmth to it, and it's like a men's splash or cologne. That whole warm old-fashioned smell, it reminds me of like a chantilly or a windsong. And then it's also, though, like powdery and clean. I do think that this is more of a, I guess, a mature smell, but still feminine. So that is the So in Love. And then this one is The Love is Heavenly. It looks like it came out in 2012, but then released in 2016. I don't know if it is really discontinued otherwise, but the main notes are mandarin blossom, freesia, water lily orange, blackberry, luminous musk, peony, kiwi, sandalwood, ebony wood, mahogany, and orchid. And to me, this smells the most like a body splash because it's fresh, youthful, sweet, and fruity. And even though it's not listed, I do get an apple sort of scent from it. So it's like an apple freesia scent. I think it smells like the Clarels Herbal Essence shampoo from back in, was it the late 90s or so? This is just, yeah, youthful, fruity, body splash sort of scent. And the next one is the Tease Rebel. This came out in 2018, and the main notes are violet, leather, violet leaf, and rose. I get that it's fresh but leathery, and it's also powdery. You get the powdery violet, and it's very soft and light, and I don't think that this is at all like a rebel at all. To me, this is like an innocent scent. I am somebody who's sensitive to leather, but I do find this to be bearable and wearable, the leather note in this. But again, if you do want a nice powdery scent, then I would just go ahead with the Prada de Riz. But this has the little leather note, and it is a little more fresh and younger smelling. And the last one that I picked up in this sale, this is an older one, but a different packaging. This is the Basic Instinct. It was released in 2004, and the main notes are plum, patchouli, gardenia, tuberose, Turkish rose, and vanilla. To me, I very much get the patchouli, and it's spicy. From the patchouli, it's white floral, rose. There's a warmth to it, but again, it's lighter. So I think it's like a lighter, more wearable version of Angel, and just like on the lines of Lovely. It's not gourmand at all, like Angel, but I think it has that whole the basic patchouli and white floral notes to it. So even though that this is, I think, the most like grown up, well, So in Love is also a mature scent, and I think this one is too. But I think though how you could be in your 20s and wear this one as well. And then this one I picked up then in a prior sale, but this is XO Victoria. It has different packaging, and this current sale, the main notes are apple, rose, ivy, orchid, citruses, and woody notes. I very much get the apple. I get a little bit of a lipstick powder to it, and it's fresh. I guess the woody notes in it, to me, it's like a light musk. The light muskiness or the woodiness of it, it reminds me on the lines of the base of What's to Daisy, Marc Jacobs Daisy, and of Versace Versance. So I think it's like the base of that, but with the apple notes. So that, to me, is what XO Victoria smells like. So again, if you want to spend the $15 for these perfumes, then now is the time. Otherwise, I would not pay full price at all for these. I think that their performance is comparable to a little bit better than a body mist. But if you do just want to have some Victoria's Secret perfumes in your collection, then this is the time to buy. Like me, I wanted to see what these were about, and I will give them a good try. But they are pretty linear and simple. I think though that that's what makes them good, to just throw them on where you know though that they're not going to be too overwhelming or overbearing in a lot of situations. So if you have any particular Victoria's Secret scents or even the body mists that you like to share, then please leave a comment below, rate, and subscribe. Thank you.